Interesting, they're already going to protect the Mantis.
I think Rad has potentially one of the best Mantis in the region when it comes to level 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is goated with it. But that's interesting, they're prioritizing that over Luna Snow when everybody else before has prioritized Luna Snow, right?
It could force an Adam ban, or it enables that one-shot composition inside of Rad. I think there is a lot. This is what I'm talking about with Cerebral, right? There's a lot of stuff that we can't anticipate until we see it, and they elect to not actually remove the Warlock. Said they're going to get rid of Luna and keep the cap. So this is quite the ban phase. They are removing Magneto for the opposition as we see that transfer over here very shortly.
Yeah, both mags getting removed, and I wonder, I mean, none of these teams have, both of the teams playing today have not practiced against each other at all. I mean, maybe there's some, you know, gamesmanship behind the scenes with trying to see what they're banning and what they're practicing and stuff. That's obviously, you know, a bit more devious, and I think that kind of crosses some lines when you start to try to find, you know, practiced VODs and stuff of the players playing the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is
integrity as well.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, people do it, right? Any advantage that you could possibly get, these players want it. So I think that for both these teams, this is that feel-out map today, and I'm curious how much they even know about each other.
Yeah. I think that's exciting. I mean, I'm sure they've, I don't know if they've scrimmed, honestly. I believe.
No, they haven't. There's no way. Because if you know your matchup coming up, why would you ever scrim them, I guess? So. But, and it's been weeks that we've been here in China. The players specifically showed up before us. We came a week ago, right? Yeah. So these guys have been here for weeks on end. Getting ready.
That's a great thing to call out. I do think you need to say that there is no time zone advantage or disadvantage. Teams are now locking into this time zone, and so just keep that in mind. You know, because I mean, you know, it would be an advantage greatly if it was a day or two transition. I know it took us a few days as well just to make that happen for ourselves. So we are going to have Nova and Rad, and I am excited. I do think you kind of mentioned that, you know, we talk about how smart they are as a team for Rad and how mysterious Nova is. This could be the battle of the brains, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do here on Burn.
And you talked earlier about how unique Rad is, for sure.
Sure.
Rad was the one that protected the Mantis, correct?
Yes.
So...
The strat line. Go ahead and give me a guess. What do you think the strat line is going to be here for Rad?
For Rad, I mean, it's got to have maybe some Ultron Mantis play or something like that. Like we saw earlier, that since that didn't get touched, we've seen how good Mantis can be with the damage boost. Like you said, maybe they're running that triple backline as well. Maybe we see some Adam Warlock with it. Maybe some of the Loki. Did Loki get banned? Actually, I don't think it did. So we might potentially see that later on. But we know how strong the Mantis is. And whoa, we got the Jeff coming out. We got some Jeff.
I love it. Full res comp here from the side of Brad with Jeff. For Fate, this is the crowd I hear behind me already stirring, getting excited, and this is what you wanted to see. And I had a feeling it might be coming. Trust me here. And start the playoff. Very aggro here on Venom. You can actually, in the new patch, bind Easy Swing as a separate cooldown, which for those who maybe don't know, it enables you to instantly slam. So very, very strong addition. It's like a buff without a buff. So keep that in mind as you play Venom as we progress forward here as Naga. Gonna keep adding pressure. Bond goes out early. This is going to allow them to just kind of play very aggro, not stress too much as Cap escapes by the skin of his teeth. And Yexin finds Naga early, but their res will come through.
Yeah, on the opposite side, you res it through, like you said, it's so much pressure. You know, a lot of people, trust me, thinks that this is the best composition in the game for a reason, Shiv. They res back, the pressure's back here for Nova. Nova's running this sort of counter dive composition. They have the Jeff with those squirts from across the map. And this is the thing as well, Shiv, with this composition, with the Jeff comps. They can play this to a T in terms of just getting on the back line, setting up everybody, because you have those speed boosts from the bubble. So you sort of 3-2-1 dive, and your dive is so lethal, so quick because of the speed boost from Jeff.
Yeah, imagine a spinning Star-Lord with speed over you. You know what I mean? That's almost similar to a mag bubble where it's a little more slow, but at least has protection. This now just allows you to ensure that you're tracking and following everyone, getting that all charge incredibly quickly. A lot of just very unique synergies here and damage boost, obviously nearly across the board, but definitely on that Venom when that all comes out, I'm sure of it, as that will help. We're going to have to see what they're going to do there as Rajaro going to be playing the Emma. This is, you know, Emma's going to have to play a little bit differently, obviously. Like, they do have triple strategists, but they don't have a ton of burst healing. Like we talked about, one of the strongest duelists is going to find Trust Me early, and that's huge for the side of Nova, but the res goes out by Melio. Immediately, Trust Me's back in one, and the Jeff doesn't find value. We'll look shortly as the off-app is right there. No, Jeff does not find much as we get the dance floor coming in here from the side of Ghost. Spawn is going to have that psionic. Trust Me finds Uwu, though, puts them back back up in numbers. Make that 2 as Rajaro gets a pick on Bobo. Holding on to ult as well. Very low in HP. 15, are you kidding me? Still holding on. Wow.
I mean, the target focus there faltered a little bit, and Rad, I mean, they're backing up right now, Shiv, at the backside of the point. And right now, I mean, the side of Nova Esports, they are finally coming back into this point. But man, Rad, maybe overcommitting towards that single fight. I mean, they're still on this point. They're still delaying it so long because of the reses coming through.
And that's that stall tactic you had mentioned. Trust me, mentioned it. You try to hold the point for as long as you possibly can. Now they're at 74%, and it's almost a one-fight territory unless that teleport comes through, which, you know, obviously it will. But that is already putting you at a disadvantage. Lost an all charge and a force and a brand new selection, which maybe doesn't synergize with your team comp. Naga is going to press forward here with Rajaro as they are holding that. And they, as always, trust me, as you see here, using that wall climb first, not using his out cooldown, immediately going out of the back line. Good tracking, great freeze though, as we do see a combination. Out goes the Galactic, doesn't find one with a Psionic, so it's very low. Oh my goodness, great positioning. Melio finds Bobo though, but that was a great retake in the fight and way to drop back to get healed up.
Absolutely, it's tough for Bobo, especially on this round. This is a hard map to play Psylocke because of the distance, because of the range, and they're going for more. They're hungry. Nova didn't reset fast enough, and then Jeff, it's disgusting, Chip.
That is crazy. Rajaro with another
Spawn
pick.
camp.
That is, oh, they are. Why not? Don't let him teleport and knock him back into the spawn. Trust me, finds Ghost, and that might do it. As I don't know if they're going to be able to. Trying to find this off angle with Uwu to get the teleport off. Will they be able to shut it down? Trust me, not looking that direction yet. Oh, so the teleport might go through. They're going to retake and drop back. Great usage there of the. Oh my goodness.
It was too far. 5% from the spawn. That cap, he tried to run and, you know, unfortunately got stuffed. And that's why, you know what, like those spawn camps, like you said, Shib, that was so clean, so smart. Yeah, it's necessary to prevent the portal, like you mentioned, from the Doctor Strange. Now we're heading over to Warrior Falls next, man. You like the Jeff stuff, huh?
I love this. I mean, the raw speed that they're using with Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to ask a ton of the ladder, let's say an example, what's Jeff's best utilization? Obviously, the speed is great out the spawn door, and that's a common thing to say. A lot of the time, people would say that ultimate. You know, you try to use it to get people off point. You do it for this and that. At this level of play, it's not going to get nearly as much value. It will find some success in various situations. Instead, using that speed boost and the jet stream, especially in hallway play, appealing everyone and dealing damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so clean from all of Rad Esports to win there, and yeah, it's nice to see them kind of pop off and speed boost, like you said, on the backline. Meanwhile, for Nova, this is interesting. They're going to swap to like full sort of, they're trying to do full counter dive. They got off the Bucky. The Bucky wasn't working. But the tough part is you kind of want and need to play Bucky because he's like one of the stronger anti-dive heroes. I don't know if Star-Lord, especially without the Adam Warlock team up, is going to do as much for Team Nova here.
We begin the first fight. Uwu gonna spin on the backline, but Naga takes out Uwu. Ghost goes down. Trust me with a two-piece on a Yex. And Ghost, trust me, in these early fights, consistently still holding on to this ultimate, finding value is wild. And Venom